Good morning. This is Sheshachalam from Astroguide Mysore. Today, let us understand how to define Malefics for the ascendant sign of Taurus. So, I have put the South Indian chart here. Why is this important? Because this is the first level, basic level to understand which planet is the prime malefic for a given ascendant, and depending on this and the position of the planet, we can go ahead and understand which planet is actually trying to give us the highest difficulty or trouble in our life, depending on our charts. So this is purely on sign basis, Rashi. So if this is the South Indian chart and this is the ascendant, then that means Venus becomes the ascendant lord and is also the sixth lord. Usually, like yesterday, I told that when Mars was the ascendant lord and it was also the eighth lord, I told that Mars is a benefic because it is an ascendant lord. In the same way, Venus is also a benefic because it is the ascendant lord. So let me put a tick mark here. Though being the sixth lord, I still consider Venus as a benefic. Why? Because sixth house has extraordinary benefic results. So sixth house has very good benefic results. If somebody thinks that sixth house only gives roga, that is disease, it will be wrong, because sixth house gives you service-oriented mindset. It gives you competitiveness. It gives you fearless, aggression towards achieving your goals. That orientation, you need the sixth house strong. So you need the sixth lord also to be strong. And if it is your ascendant lord, what else? You can do fantastic things in your life if it is well placed. So this becomes a benefic. We know that the second lord is also known as a Maraka. In this case, though Mercury being the second lord, Mercury is the second lord here, it is also the fifth lord. And being the second lord and the fifth lord, the strength of being a Maraka gets nullified to an extent. But that is why we call this as a partial Yoga Karaka. So let us say Mercury becomes 75% positive. So it becomes a partial Yoga Karaka. But still, being a Maraka, it will have its strength of being a Maraka placed in certain places with certain planets. So positional advantage and positional disadvantage is extremely important to be understood with regard to the Marakas for Taurus. So I will take it as positive only because it is the Dhanakaraka for wealth, Kutumbakaraka for family, Annakaraka for food, Putrakaraka for children, Vidya Karaka for education and knowledge. So this is a fantastic planet. So it is actually the embodiment of knowledge. That is the one, Mercury is for today's date, full speed. So next comes Moon. It's only the third lord. I was writing it inside. Okay, third lord. And being the third lord and not having any other lordship, Moon becomes a Upachaya Sthanadipati, the lord of the house of growth. It's a very good placement, you very good lordship. Along with negative planets, it can give trouble like fear, intimidation, and all those things. So, but this is considered 50% benefit or something like that. But this is not defining into, doesn't fit into the table of malefics. Next comes the Sun. So let me put a small tick mark there. So next comes Sun, and Sun is the lord of the sign of Leo. and it becomes the fourth lord. And until and unless Sun is along with some planet in a certain distance, let's say 8 to 10 degrees from it, and is placed in a good sign like a trine, like the fifth house, like the ninth house, only then Sun becomes a benefic, or else Sun can be considered as giving rise to Kendra Adipatya dosha. That is, a planet being the lord of a quadrant can give hurdles in one's life. That is dosha in one's life. So I will take Sun as a malefic. This is my analysis. So please take it as I am teaching you the basics. So going ahead, we have Mercury, the seventh lord, which is also a Maraka, a natural malefic, and also is the 12th lord, the lord of house of laws. So Mars has all the negative, qualities. Eighth lord, seventh lord is a good lord. That is the one which this lagna has to get married to. But all that, keeping aside, has a lot of negative qualities. So this is the first prime malefic for this ascendant. So Mars becomes a prime malefic. It's an big into mark for it. So next comes Jupiter. Here Mars was the Maraka. Now Jupiter here is the eighth lord, Triksthana. So the sixth, the eighth, and the 12th lords are considered as Marakas for any given chart from the ascendant. So not Marakas, sorry. Uh, Bhadakas or Triksthana lords, or we call it as Dusthanas, or bad houses, malefic houses. So Jupiter, being the eighth lord, is considered as a malefic, and because it is its Mula Trikona, it is considered stronger malefic. Though the 11th lord, being the 11th lord, it is also a malefic. So double malefic here. So 11th lord is considered a malefic. 11th house is usually considered as a labhasthana. Labhasthana is for house of profit. So that's a good house when some other planet is sitting there. But even when Jupiter is sitting there, it will give you profit. But it doesn't mean that people who earn money will not get sick or go to the hospitals. So Jupiter, the 11th lord, will be a malefic. And here also it is a malefic, gives too much of desires, too much of anticipation, too much of tension, stress. So being the double malefic, it is also considered as a prime malefic for Taurus. So now the only planet which is remaining is Saturn, being the ninth lord, and Saturn being the 10th lord. Dharma Karma Adipati. This is Dharma, righteousness, and this is Karma. So Dharma and Karma, righteousness and actions in our life. So Saturn becomes the best Yoga Karaka. He is one of the best Yoga Karaka. He is the best planet, giving double ticks because he has two super strong houses for Taurus. Even Venus cannot give you such a big Raja Yoga as Saturn can give for Taurus. So when we are defining malefics peculiarly for Taurus, we can see that Mercury has a certain percentage of being a malefic. Venus itself is the sixth lord, so it can also give you some negative effects. Mars and Jupiter give strong negative effects until and unless they are well placed. They are well placed and they get into a good conjunction or aspect of friends, and they become a stronger benefit for this chart. So I have seen a lot of charts where people have good placement of Jupiter and Mars for Taurus, and they get highly motivated into becoming very big people in this society. So this is how we have to define malefics for any given ascendant. So thank you very much for today's class.